Citizens for Tax Justice just released a report analyzing the 2008 to 2012 federal income tax filings of 288 Fortune 500 companies. And of those 288 companies, 111 of them spent at least 1 year paying zero or less in an effective federal tax rate. Now, that's amazing. I mean, really think about that. And they also say 26 companies consistently paid nothing in taxes and took welfare. So let me give you some details. I'll give you some companies and tell you what their effective tax rate was in that time span. Con Edison, they paid a negative 1.1% tax rate. Verizon, negative 1.8% in taxes. Duke Energy, negative 2.2% in taxes. Tenet Healthcare, negative 6% in taxes. General Electric, negative 11.1% in taxes. NiSource, negative 13.6% in taxes. PG&E, negative 16.7% in taxes. And Pepco, negative 33% in taxes. Now, a negative tax rate is exactly what you think it is. It just means that they are getting a welfare check from the taxpayers. Hardworking middle-class people that go 9 to 5, take care of their kids, do all that stuff, upstanding citizens. Your tax dollars are going to fund these companies. Now, keep in mind, these companies are already profitable. They're already profitable. So why are we giving them money? Because the politicians are corrupt. Because the rich and the corporations and the big businesses, they have rigged the tax code in favor of themselves. If you pay the politicians, which they do, they're going to get something in return. This is what they get in return right here. So whenever you hear the Republicans try to divert your attention and scream about welfare queens and, oh, poor people and black people and old people and minorities, they come in this country, they leech off the system, they're moochers, they're parasites, it's wrong, it's terrible. Keep in mind, what are we really talking about when we talk about social programs like those? We're talking about, hey, let's make sure that these young kids can eat and not starve. Give them $1.30 a meal when their parents are unemployed. So we're taking care of them to make sure that we're civilized human beings, okay? That's what we're talking about in that respect. Giving grandma health care through Medicare, okay? That's, oh yeah, welfare, making sure grandma doesn't die. Why is it that Republicans and conservatives get angry at that kind of welfare, which actually goes towards something that is morally correct, but they don't say anything about this kind of welfare? In fact, they actively vote for this kind of welfare. They love this kind of welfare. And again, it goes back to something we were talking about yesterday with that Utah Republican who proposed a bill to put up barriers for people getting divorced. Why are they doing that? They don't care about small government. If the party actually cared about small government, they wouldn't have the position they have on abortion. They wouldn't have the position they have on gay marriage. They wouldn't have the position they have on drug testing welfare recipients. They wouldn't have the position they have on Wall Street bailouts. They wouldn't have the position they have on the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War and American imperialism. They have, across the board, big government positions on those issues. And in areas like this, corporate welfare, all day long, man. All day long, they'll take the corporate welfare and they love it. And they're not going to utter a peep of disagreement. They're not going to say a single thing about, budget cutting or deficits. No, what they're concerned about in areas like this are taking care of my donors, taking care of the people who legally bribed me. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. The old school cliche, which is totally true, especially in politics in the United States of America. So remember, next time you hear them talking about welfare, they don't really give a shit about welfare. They don't really dislike welfare. They love welfare as long as it's for rich white men in suits and ties.